engage people through our Omaha Jewish Film Festival Committee, the members of which who have been volunteering remotely from home for years, watching trailers and full-length films to be shared with the community each November. We've organized the Omaha Beit Midrash, a weekly house of study, together with clergy of all backgrounds, to learn using traditional texts to address contemporary issues. So the annual campaign dollars are what makes it possible for us to do all these programs without having to have high class fees or require registration for families for programming.
One of the reasons that I really love the press so much and why it is such a privilege to work at this agency is that what we do, most importantly, I think, is tell the story of this community. And it is a phenomenal story. The reason that the Jewish press here in Omaha still is here is because of the Federation. It is because of the annual campaign. It is because of the subvention that is given from the annual campaign to the Jewish press. But beyond that, it is because so many people in our community care.
PJ Library and PJ Our Way engage families with young children through programming with the goal of better connecting families with Jewish life as well as each other.
So I have been working with Jenny Gates Beckman to help create PJ Elementary, which is geared towards kindergarten age through 5th grade, the elementary years. PJ Library Elementary is that bridge to connect families in the Omaha Jewish community.
Well, being the education coordinator means I get to meet with a lot of students and a lot of teachers and have that contact in the community. And what I'm really excited about this year is a new program we piloted right before the COVID shutdown in March of 2020. And we went out to the Sand Hills and worked with students from Burwell and Arcadia and O'Neill and Ansley in this peer training program that came out of the Anne Frank House in the Netherlands. And I was able to see 16 students who didn't know each other previously completely transform in 2 days. And it was magic.
What we want to do is build equitable school environments for all students to feel safe and welcome, to be respected, and to understand their own identities are unique and supported within their school buildings. So we do that through our anti-bias trainings. We do that through our projects that the schools reach campus-wide. We do that through community outreach, building networks to support those schools. And certainly relying on funds from donors assists us in our outreach in reaching thousands of students every year, reaching hundreds of educators every year, and certainly the impact of our work, we know that with each educator we reach, we're reaching about 60 students through that each individual touch. So I think that the JFO is, instrumental in facilitating that work that we do within the community.
The first thing we wanted to highlight was the COVID Relief Fund. We served 176 people last year, and in addition to that, 44 campus employees who were impacted in one way or another by COVID, either because they could not work a shift and had to be quarantined and then couldn't pay their rent, utilities, and needed some groceries. And then another area that's always a highlight of Jewish family service in the community is Project Dreidel. And last year we served 70 unique children in 24 separate families and provided gifts for the holiday season. Most people don't know this, 52% of our funds for the next fiscal year are coming from the general campaign funds to Jewish family service. So without you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
This year has been challenging for everyone everywhere. I think most especially for our seniors. We have had to postpone, put on hold a lot of the programming that we normally offer to our elders. And so have tried to compensate by just upping our time and attention and services offered to make sure that folks were doing okay. We have greatly increased our number of Meals on Wheels recipients. So our driver, when he brings meals, he is way more than just delivering a meal. He checks in, he lets us know if somebody seems like they might need some help or isn't feeling as well as they normally do, and then we are able to contact family members. It's really a sense of community, and I've heard time and time again from out-of-town family members as well as the elders themselves that it really has made them feel very connected and ease some of the anxiety that everyone has been going through, knowing that someone was going to be around.
I think the J provides the opportunity to basically recharge your whole person, your mind, body, and spirit. And there's something for everyone there. And there's something that is to be said for working out, and there's something to be said for socializing, and there's something to be said for, I guess, some of the healing powers of art and theater and some of the really unique things that the J has to offer. So
I've been a kind of member since I started with. It's been awesome. I've been working since I started working, but now I do. I love yoga. It's awesome. Okay, yoga's awesome because reading yoga's like except for a t-shirt for years. Yoga's awesome because I know how to do downward dog.
Amazing to see Israel. We often read about it and we see stories on the news, and you have this idea about what Israel is, and what it means, and what it feels, and what it feels like and what it tastes like. And then being there and meeting Israelis, meeting other Jewish women from around the world, celebrating Shabbat in Jerusalem, really opened my eyes to what Judaism can and did feel like to me. I want to thank the Jewish Federation of Omaha for investing in me through the Momentum trip. Their contribution to my experience greatly shaped how I participate in the Jewish community now.